Okay, what is ICO? I think many people came into the cryptocurrency community. Someone says there's the hobbyist, then there's the early adopters, then there are those who play, and there are those who mean business. You see, the intriguing thing about life is there are people who see opportunity where others don't see opportunity. Then there are those who see opportunity, get in the opportunity, but get out because they don't actually see what they see. If you check my video on Lantom, I was talking about Lantom as a system where with your GPS you're able to find task and execute task. With bringing the digital currencies into a more adaptable system, we're able to execute and make this thing more accessible to people. And currently the cryptocurrency market is over $200 billion. And the question is, how far can it go? Just yesterday or a few days ago, the news was that 100,000 persons were added to Coinbase after CME Group announced that they will be trading Bitcoin. Goldman Sachs says they are considering bringing Bitcoin as a commodity to users. And a lot of persons don't understand what is blockchain, what is Bitcoin, and what is this. Today I want to talk about Rivetz. This is a project I personally support this project. Now your Rivetz has to do with your device, your mobile device. These are feasible things. Some people buy Ethereum, they don't know what Ethereum is. Some people buy Bitcoin, they don't know, they just buy in keep. They don't use them for transaction. They don't know what it's all about in the real world. There's nothing about it. What is this one all about? Now, one of the things this Rivetz is a company. This is not a coin alone. This is a real company. And one of the things you might know, we're talking about the one of the lead person there is a professor.
Good morning, everybody. It's glad to see everybody got out of bed. I hope everybody had a good time.
So the CEO is not a hungry fellow. This is actually a professor of cybersecurity at the university. So this is no joking matter. These guys mean very serious business, and you can watch and see what they are doing there. These guys are working with. He's working with John McAfee, and you know John McAfee. If you don't know John McAfee, the guy who invented the first antivirus, is coming to the blockchain, and it's going to screw. Is going to turn things upside down. Why many people are saying there's plenty of gains to be made, we're actually seeing a revolution. If I open my phone now, I have my phone here now. What this project is all about is what I want to show you. I want to display it with my phone. Now, there are some applications in my phone. They are actually they told me that it's free. But if you have, I'm using an Android phone. If you have your Android phone and you turn it down, as in you turn the screen off. When you turn up, there's a possibility of seeing an advert of a certain business or whatsoever. as long as the phone is connected to the internet. What is that? It is infringing on your rights. You may not know, it's harmless, but I will explain that to you. And let's say I downloaded a free application from maybe the Play Store. It said it's free. They told me it's free. And after downloading it, you will discover that you start seeing some adverts on the app. And this advert, you will discover that this advert, they are related to what you've been searching on the internet. And you're like, how come? Let's say you've been searching for Lamborghini, or you've been searching for a certain book on the internet. You discover that they start displaying this thing to you on your phone. So what is that? What they're actually displaying to you is actually true, but in the wide sense, the process to which they are doing that is not true. They are infringing on your privacy. Let me give you a simple scenario. Assuming you went to a fellow and you said, I want to buy such and such, or I'm making a research on such and such, and only for you to discover that that fellow, that stock which seems to be a private issue, he links that information to another individual. I think you will not be happy. You see, there are companies out there, like a guy was saying, Mark Zuckerberg is one of the biggest detectives in the world. And you have, there are not many things to say about these big companies, but if you must understand something, that which is offered free to people, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and the rest of on these social media applications, and all these websites, basically, I think over 80% of the world websites are offered free to people, except few that require you to pay certain services. You indirectly, there are some cookies that are present in this system, or they not even be cookies, that things that just track your location, track everything about you, and you feel vulnerable, and your information are being sold to some unscrupulous individuals who may actually use your data for some notorious and nefarious activities. And you might be wondering, how come hackers have information to all this? Are they safe? They're not safe. So these free media people, they're actually collecting your data. You're not safe. Hackers can actually hack into your system and you're not safe. Do you know that the iPhone is the most hackable device in the world? Do you know that your system is not safe? That all these Android phones, they are rooted and they are not safe? An intelligent guy can just go there and hack this device and get your personal data. And you might be wondering, okay, I could log into my account with my phone. Listen, and nobody sees me. It's more than that. Someone could be spying on you. That is one of the things this project seeks to curb. Like I told you, this guy, he means business. You can check on him and see his profile. Let me quickly go through the team. I've been saying a lot of things. Who is he? He is a speaker on cybersecurity and trusted computing. He has been a president and CEO for 14 years. I told you this guy is no play. There are people who have been doing digital transactions and interactive TV and network virtual distribution in the north and recently devised identity and social media privacy. And you see a fellow here who has 30 years of experience and who has worked with different companies like Apple, Silicon Valley, and Sun Microsystems. I don't know what to say anymore. A very strong team. Look at one of the board members they have. I don't know if you've heard of Josh Gida. The man who wrote Wealth and Poverty, Men and Marriage, Knowledge and Power, The Theory of Capitalism. Thousands of books that are being used all over the places. Very strong advisory board. I think the same thing that gets people away from making fortune in life is a lot of people say I would have invested in Facebook, I would have invested in Amazon, I could have invested in Apple, I could have invested in Tesla, I could have invested in this and that. Listen, you would not invest. That same thing that holds you back is what is holding you back. So we have a very strong team. You see, there are people who say, if Jesus Christ come today, I will repent. Listen, if Jesus Christ even come, they will not repent. A very strong team. Very, very strong. If you study the white paper, it's ridiculous. Why am I talking about this project? Someone said modern warfare is no more fought on the physical realm. The modern warfare is now fought cyberlically. That is, there is a question on the integrity of data that is being out there. Do you know how much is the data market? Currently, the data market is exceeding over $120 billion. Yeah, your data. How does Facebook place targeted ads at you? They track you all around. As you link it, as you like, as you share this, it's whatever you share, it's being monitored. So privacy and security now becomes a very huge concern. And you don't want your data to be in the hands of terrorists. In case you don't know, these terrorists, they've gone past the people who just take AK-47s and hydrogen bombs and bomb the whole place. No. Terrorists now have very sophisticated and very intelligent guys in their teams. It's a complex paradigm. So data security and privacy are very, very big concern. So we also have the pros and the cons of data and security. Should data be collected? Yeah. Should it be collected? Yeah. And there are many pros and there are many cons to the issue. But what we're actually really talking about is there is much more that goes behind the scene that people do not know. If I am to open this page to you, if I left click, to see what goes behind the scene, I have to click inspect elements. Now you are seeing the line of code behind this website. Now if you're not doing web programming and you don't know about computer programming, you might be seeing some things that look so weird to you. So I'm going to close it not to confuse you. Now I've just showed you something. The programming behind these stuff. And one of the question you might be asking is are these things programmable by humans? I want to say they are not programmable by humans. That these people have some programmable bots, They have their own content management system that replicates pages within the split of a second, and that is why you can be scrolling down Facebook and you will never get to the end of Facebook. Why? Because these systems are they are artificially replicated. The question is, how do they get this? It's a complex. It's a complex scheme of things. You can't fully understand the algorithm behind it. If I go on YouTube and I show you how YouTube functions and everything, you can't fully understand how it functions. There is much of it that is hidden from the eye of the public. Now, that which seems free to people is not in its practical sense free. Now, cybersecurity is a very, very, very big concern. Now, what does this project has to do? They seek to keep your data in a safe and a trusted environment. Now, they will be starting with the Android. They have what we call the trusted execution environment. Now, what is the trusted execution environment? Now, supposing you take your phone and not everybody actually knows the code behind the phone, how it works. Now, you don't know the vault, you don't know the programs that has been stored in your phone. So there are many people who just take up the phone and all they know is just press the phone and they don't know what is called the trusted execution environment. Now, the trusted execution environment is where is the back end of the phone. So you could see your phone is very small and it has little transistors and some programs written on it, and all you do, you charge it, you install a software and it runs. And no, that is not all. There's an environment that is behind the scene, which is called the back end. So like you have a system where supposing you went to a restaurant. Now, okay, no, the best description could be, supposing you went to a shopping mall and you want to buy something. Now, there are fixed cameras over everywhere. Now, you don't see who watches the screen. Now, the people behind that you don't see that make things happen immediately, there is a fault in the lighting system. There are people who just springs up. There are people who are working behind the scenes. There are people who are in the warehouse who are actually taking care of things, who are also now at the front, which is the front end, you see people who just all they do, they sell things, and you see they sell and they only have security. Now the back end is where a lot of things go on. So this vault, which is also called the back end, is where all these are actually taking place. So you will see a lot of things in the white paper. So we're bringing cryptography and blockchain together in this system. How will it work? Let me seek to explain from the website, because the white paper is a very it does not look complex, but it's something you have to study. And I think of trusted execution environment as a kind of private vault inside your phone's hardware, but instead of the software like app and iOS, Android, it is already built on your phone, the hardware. Inside of this vault, everything is isolated. No software, no operating system can see what is inside. This could be your secret, this could be your password, this could be your keys, and this could be your private information. Now he's talking about the vault. I think I heard about a man who broke into the Federal Reserve vault and stole some money. Now it was so scary that how can somebody break into such a vault that was properly secured? And if you've seen a vault, the door of a vault is even bigger than some buildings. Now, how can somebody break into such levels of security? It's practically something we can't really know. So this vault contains all your passwords. Why is it that we're able to input a password and it knows that this is the password? Supposing your password is 111111, how does it know that if anybody presses 1111, where is this information being stored? So it's in a vault. Now, who gets access to the vault? You don't know. So let's take Google for example. Google is a very big company. Google has the Android system, the Android OS. Google has the Apple OS, Apple platform. Google has the Chrome OS. Google has the search engine. It has YouTube. It has many platforms. Now, Google has a subsidiary of over 20 companies. The question is, what are these companies dealing with? Information. How do they make their money? Information. So who gets access to that vault is a question for another day. So this token uses the blockchain and to cryptographically prove that the vault in your phone is secure all the way from the manufacturer to your pocket. So Google and the rest of the guys are taking off the system. I will not explain that, but this can also create some micropayments. Now, fundamentally, RVT creates an ecosystem for cybersecurity micropayments. Your bank uses RVT to verify identity from withdrawing funds. Now, do you know the amazing thing? The amazing thing is, like, big guys like Google can't get access to your phone anymore. So if I want to sell my data, I can directly sell it to Google, or I can directly sell it to any company without Google having to come in. Now we have the attestation, the health, and the integrity. Now the risk system binds the health and integrity of a device to a transaction. You see, what is the blockchain? And what is cryptography? Let's go back to the days of Julius Caesar. Now, we said cryptography has to do with a kind of, I want to pass a message from a boy to a girl, and I don't want anybody to intercept that message. Now, Julius Caesar bringing cryptography, encryption and decryption. He sent letters to the generals at the war front through a messenger. He knew this messenger could be caught, and maybe if he's caught, this plan, military plan, is going to be taken. And should the enemy discover the plan, what more again? That spells defeat. So he wrote in some agreed upon. He has already agreed with his generals that this is what I mean whenever I write like this. So he writes in a way that no one except those who were legally or who knows the meaning can actually understand it. So this is not like a letter you take and say, okay, you speak English and this is a letter that is written in Chinese. Okay, bring someone from China to translate it. No. It is written that it is practically impossible for anyone to dissect or to decipher what is the meaning of this letter. So you can't actually understand it. Now, let's bring it to the system. We said in the blockchain, as you sell your data to somebody, if a company attempts to sell that data you already sold to them to someone else, listen, the system is going to be alerted, and you are completely safe. I think in the future, it has been in the nature of humans to always corrupt a system that seems good. I don't know if in the future there will be some guys who are going to bring some encrypted systems to manipulate the whole blockchain. But with the current state of the things and at the infancy of this company, the blockchain industry I think is barely less than 10 years, and it has seen some astronomical growth over the years, and there is still much to come to it. It has not actually gained full traction and adoption by the whole of society. You know, the society is being moved by what the media is saying and the rest of them. But I think time they will actually get to see and do a lot of things. Now, when you make an important transaction, the device health is checked against its health condition. Have malware on your phone, connected to a malicious Wi-Fi hotspot. Usually, there are some people there are some fellows who will not actually have enough data on their phone. they want to connect to every Wi-Fi hotspot they see, and they don't know the dangers of connecting to a public Wi-Fi. Oh, okay. Please give me give me the password of your Wi-Fi, and they just connect. Well, I think knowledge is very essential. One of the things you should do when you get to a place, always have data on your phone. Now, if you want to access the internet, you can always access the internet. There are things people don't actually know. Why? I think because they're not transacting very big businesses, and they say, how much do I have in my account? Someone cannot actually go after me. But I think if you do very serious things and cogent things with your phone and your laptops and what your devices that you connect to the internet, I think it would be very wise of you not to just connect to any public Wi-Fi. It's not safe. There are times even your system tells you that this Wi-Fi is not safe. So it's better you protect yourself on that. So one of the things Rivetz will be doing, it will be checking the status of the Wi-Fi status and other stuff, because they steal data in such manner. This system ensures that your transaction will not go through until your device health is restored and can proceed safely. Now, what this means, if your phone has been hacked by some guys, it's not going to go through. The system says it's corrupted, and no, we want this restored until then we cannot proceed with the transaction. Then we have the proof of ownership of the token key, which we allow forensic proof that the transactions were completed from a known device. So what this actually means is that your private key, nobody can actually take it. It's associated with your phone. I'm going to show you how the system works. It's a practical system. Now, like I told you, it will do you a very good one if you spend time and study. There are people who want to be like the billionaire investor Warren Buffett. This is a man who reads a lot. He does not just put his money into companies. He studies. What is this people all about? There are people, if they have studied enough, they could have invested in Facebook. They could have invested in Snapchat. They could have invested in all these companies. But they did not study enough. All they were concerned is, what will this thing give me in 2 or 3 years? So you need to study a lot. So back to what I was saying, that there's what we call a proof of ownership that's going to actually tell if the private key was actually coming from the device that was registered on their system. So if it's not registered, it's out of it. The blockchain technology is not going to verify it. And with time, they're going to make a lot of changes to the system. It maintains a proof that you are connected to the service you needed to connect to, and the device passes through the security test. This can work in everything from the most basic applications, such as a verification that a private message is actually private, to identify verification in banking or enterprise. Now the ICO has ended. Now I did not have much money, but I invested in this project because I believe it's a very good project. There are many interviews with the CEO. Let's see the white paper, but I won't be talking much about the white paper because I've said a lot of things about the white paper. You know, currently the page there has 34 pages, but there are many lazy fellows who are not ready to study. But if you are lazy, I can help you do the job. I can study these things, and you just come and go through the videos, and you don't have much to do. So we've seen the team, we've seen practically everything this whole team is talking about. Now, what is the white paper contains more. I'm telling you, everything you heard me say this, it's just like a tip of the iceberg. It's like a summary of what this project is all about. I think when the anterior ICO came, people did not actually think about it. So there's the blockchain, there's the Internet of Things. I will be talking about Spectre also, and Datum also. So the integrating of the Internet of Things into the system is also causing for concern, because you don't know who you share your data with. So cybersecurity is really something that you should actually look into. So just go through the. Do you see the project? It's not something that tells. They are not telling you that guarantee you any returns. This is something this guys means business. I think one of the things I see that there are many companies like Amazon, Facebook, and Google. If you've not checked it, you go and check it. Check on the internet. Google, they have they launched a blockchain project. You should check it up. I think Facebook will be the next guys to actually be on this. IBM is already on it. Goldman Sachs is already on this project. And the blockchain. You see guys like JP Morgan, some of them are in some of Silicon Valley is split over this. It's one of the things I've seen about this. Silicon Valley is like a strong force and a kind of principality in the financial world. I think things will be disrupted very soon. People are beginning to see guys like Julian Assange as threats to government secrets, and with the coming. How many of you have heard of WikiLeaks? Let me open WikiLeaks. No, there are things that people don't actually know. WikiLeaks, like I think the government hates WikiLeaks. Oh my god. And with WikiLeaks, actually, what WikiLeaks actually did and causing the defeat of this lady, Hillary Clinton, it was really much. And when you have guys like Infowars.com who are actually reporting things that the government does not want the people to know. It's horrendous. I want you to make very good due diligence. I want you to know that these big companies, Facebook and Google, they're actually working with. Do you know how much it pays to the government? And you are not safe. The government is broke. They don't have money. Before I close the video, I want to ask you a question. Do you know how much the companies make from the data they take from you without your knowledge? It has been estimated that they make a minimum of, I think, $300 from you. This is just the money they just make from you. What about your not the money now? What about your privacy and all that stuff? And the question is, supposing you are paying for this system, how much does it take to actually pay for this system, to run the servers? It costs less than $12. And you have a phone where you store, there are people who store all sorts of things on their mobile phone. I sat one day in class and I was hearing a young man saying he had 10,000 pictures. I turned to him, I said, "Sir, what did you say? 10,000 pictures?" I was like, could someone have such a time like this? Now that is a person who treasures pictures. Now, however, if he wakes up one day and the phone crashes and everything goes off. So what is my take on it? Study this white paper. Study it. Don't say it's too big. 34 pages. Study it. I will still do another video on it. But study it, so that you don't become a victim of cybercrime.